Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, I'm Kelly, and today's video is hopefully going to be a quick one. I know I often say that, but I'm very chatty and I can make a short story long, but today's going to be a quick one because it's going to be the first in my top 5 series. I said on social media, I think was it Instagram, that I wanted to start a top 5 series, and I just wanted your opinion on like some of the content that you wanted to see from me. And I know that someone said that they were interested in seeing like my top 5 eyeshadow palettes, but I did do a ranking all of the palettes that I've tried in 2020, and I'm thinking about doing just like a collective, like showing you a collection of all of my eyeshadow palettes. But in my makeup inventory, I mentioned that at the time I had 28 eyeshadow palettes. So I thought that today, for the first top 5, I'm not sharing like my top 5 favorite eyeshadows, but I'm going to share my top 5 eyeshadow palette picks for Valentine's Day. I've seen this video floating around. I don't know who started it, but I know a lot of people have been sharing their top 10 eyeshadow picks for Valentine's Day. But for someone like me, who only has 28 eyeshadow palettes, that's like half my collection. So I did pull out 5 palettes that I thought would be great for Valentine's Day, and I thought I'd share them with you. So why don't we go ahead and get started? That may have been the quickest intro that I've done in a while. Now, I'm not ranking these palettes, I'm just going to share them with you. And when I chose my top 5, I was thinking like for Valentine's Day, my personal preference is very like pink, maybe a splash of purple, but very monochromatic like we have here. And before I forget, just to share what's on my lips, because I will forget when I'm editing probably, I do have the Juvia's Place So Rare lip liner, and then I topped it with my Dominique Cosmetics lipstick in the shade She's a Tease. This is the deep mauve shade, and I did put just a tiny dab of Samantha March's collab with Ofra in Millie, the gloss, on top to kind of give it a little shine. But we will start with the eyeshadow palette that I have on my eyes right now. It is very soft. You know me, I like a soft, subtle look, and I achieved this by using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Quad. This Pillow Talk Quad was a gift from my best friend Smags. I know you guys are probably not surprised. You probably think she purchases all of my makeup for me, but she got me this little Pillow Talk Quad when I was very into the blush, and I just think it's very nice for like a subtle look. If you are someone who wants high impact, you want a very dramatic eye, this is not the palette to go for. But for someone like me who likes more of a subtle, toned down eye look, this one is beautiful. If you're a beginner, if you don't know what to do when there are a ton of eyeshadow shades, this one kind of lays it out for you. You have these 2 matte shades, which I did go in the crease with. Then you have this very subtle shimmer, which I have on the lid, and I used this glitter topper just to get a little bit of sparkle on the eyelid. And it's beautiful. I don't find myself reaching for this palette a ton, but when I think of Valentine's Day, I think of pink, I think of this palette, and I had to include it. Another palette that I thought of right away, actually, I thought of all of these right away, but another palette that I thought of when I was thinking about Valentine's Day was the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. This one was a Christmas gift from my husband, and when you look inside, this is the one that always falls down. Hold on. Let me get it so that it doesn't blind you, but also doesn't fall down. When you look inside, you can see that you do have some just very neutral shades, but this is a very, very pink palette. And I know some people have said that Huda keeps kind of doing this same color story over and over. This is the only eyeshadow palette that I have from her, but you can see if pink is your go-to, which it is for me, then you have tons of options here. You have some cranberries, you have some pink lid shades, you can deepen it up or get a little bit of purple, but this is an eyeshadow palette where I was like, okay, if I want to create a rose gold or a pink look, what palette can I use? This is one for sure. Perhaps one of the oldest palettes and one of the most loved palettes in my eyeshadow collection is the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you've been here for a while, I feel like I talk about this palette a lot. It is one of my favorites. It is one of the ones that I go to the most, but the reason why I wanted to share this is because over on this portion of the palette, you do have very like pink shades. You have like a little bit more of a cooler tone with Bon Fresco, but you could even, if you wanted to do a subtle eye, you could do Bon Fresco and Vermeer. Vermeer pulls a little bit more pink, or you could get very bold with Love Letter, Venetian Red, Antique Bronze. Totally up to you, but the second half of this palette does give you these like pinks and bright pops of color that I feel like would be beautiful for a Valentine's Day look. The fourth eyeshadow palette that I wanted to share with you is one that I was actually wearing in some of my recent videos. What was it? Oh, I think this one may be up first. This video may be up first, but I used the BK Beauty True Beauty palette in some videos that you'll see coming up, the Pass Grab or Undecided from this week and some videos next week. But the BK Beauty True Beauty eyeshadow palette is for the neutral lover like myself who wants to dabble a little bit in some color, but you don't want something that's going to be a boom in your face kind of look, then this is the palette for you. You do have this beautiful purple shade in Kate, and one thing that I saw Lisa J mention is she said that any of these three shades right here, Amore, Ambition, or Glow, you can take any of those and top them with Kate to get a little bit of a purple hue. So I actually did that in my recent videos in the Pass Grab or Undecided for this week. I don't know if this will be up right before it or right after it, but in the same vicinity. In that video, I took Amore, put it all over the lid, and topped it with Kate, and I did get a very subtle purple look. So I thought of this eyeshadow palette because I feel like people who watch me, you guys understand, my makeup looks are very muted. Like if you're coming to my channel, you're not going to see the most extravagant, creative, colorful looks. So I kind of feel like you maybe would expect these palettes from me, but that's what I want to share with you is for the people who want more of a subtle or toned down look. These are the palettes that I recommend. This one is going to give you just that. It's going to be more subtle, it's going to be more muted. If you want to go in with a bold lip, which is what I like to do, more of a toned down eye and a bold lip, this palette will give it to you. You do have some pinks, but that beautiful purple shade in Kate is probably the one that I would reach for if I was trying to create like a date night Valentine's Day eye look using this palette right here. Now the first four palettes that I mentioned, those came to me like right away, but this fifth one, I actually had something else in its place, and then in looking at this palette, I was like, actually, this would be very good for Valentine's Day. And I am talking about the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Now I actually think there are a few Too Faced palettes that would maybe work. This is the only one in the chocolate bar collection that I have, but I think they had a chocolate bonbons palette. I don't know if that's available anymore, but that was the one where on the inside, they were shaped as hearts. I feel like that one would be a good one for Valentine's Day, but I don't have that one, and I never had. So the one that I have in my collection is the original chocolate bar, and I didn't think of this right off the bat because it's a chocolate bar palette, so I think of the chocolate shades, but in opening this up and looking at it, you really do have some beautiful pink shades in here. So you have this one right here in Strawberry Bonbon, Cherry Cordial to deepen it up, Champagne Truffle, or even Amaretto and Black Forest Truffle if you want a little bit of a deeper and more smoked out look. This is one that I feel like is an OG on YouTube. People have raved about it for years and years and years. You don't hear too much about the chocolate bar palettes anymore, but I do think that there are a lot of people that still have these tucked away in their collection, and I do enjoy this formula, and I think that this would be a good one where if you're like me, if you don't have like eyeshadow palettes coming out of your ears and you have a bit of a smaller collection, look back in there and see if you can have, some of these are new, but look for the Modern Renaissance, look for your chocolate bar, pull those out. They have beautiful shades. And then if you do have some of the new releases like the Naughty Nude or True Beauty by BK Beauty, these palettes would be great as well for Valentine's Day. But this is what I was thinking about when I thought about if I was going to create a Valentine's Day look. I probably won't because my husband and I will probably be staying in and just like ordering food. But if I was going to create an eye look, these are the palettes that I would reach for or the palettes that I would think of, because Valentine's Day to me, I feel like reds and pinks and just very, very soft. That's what I think of. So I wanted to share these palettes with you today. But that is going to do it for this video. Like I said, it's a quick one. It's a quick one. I am at 11 minutes right now, 11 minutes on the dot. I cannot even tell you the last time I've had a video that quick, and by the time I edit this out, it might be even a little bit smaller, but I just wanted to share these with you. I wanted to give you some ideas for Valentine's Day coming up, or even if you're just into a pink eye. If it's not Valentine's Day, we could call this the top 5 pink eyeshadow palettes in my collection. But if you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would love to have you subscribe, stay a while, be part of the K-Bella fam. That way I can see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.